Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle and today we're gonna go through my 10 most used eyeshadow palettes. Today's look is a little bit different, so let me know what you think. I'm a little bit skeptical, but it's a fun look. It's purples. You know I love my purples. So yeah, let's jump right on in. So, on spot number 10, we have my ABH Soft Glam palette. I actually used this today for the shade Tempera for my brow bone and blending out the purple. I have currently 2 pans in this one, and I have a really, good, there we go, dip in Tempera. I would say I'm halfway to pan on that one, but yeah, this is just a really good neutral palette for an everyday use. The formula is really good. Wished there wasn't so many deep and dark browns, but other than that, this is really good. And you know I love my Dusty Rose and Rose Pink shade, so yeah, this is just a staple if you're really into the neutrals with some pop of purpley. So that's number 10. For number 9, we have my NYX Full Throttle in the shade Easy on the Eyes. Now, I haven't finished up any of these shadows yet, but I had a pan on the white one, which is currently in a Franken bronzer, and then I did have the pan on the green one, which is in my 21 in 2021 project pan, and both this gold one and the white one is in my throwback 30 to finish. So I'm quite sure you will see this in an empties video for 2022. If you know me, I'm not big on golds, but I do have quite a few of them in my collection, so they just need to go. I do really love the formula of the NYX Full Throttle quads. I don't believe that they sell them anymore, at least not in stores here in Norway, so, which is too bad. I do have a total of 4 of them. I'm a little bit unsure of 2 of them, but this one and another one is really good. So if you can find them, you should go and check them out. For number 8, we have this palette. This is the Revolution Reloaded Iconic Fever palette. Now, I haven't used this one in a while, but as you can tell, I do have some good usage on these shadows. And again, this one is just a really nice neutral palette with red undertones and with a pop of orange and a kind of pukey brown kind of shade, which is my type of favorite brown. So yeah, I've had this palette in multiple projects over the years, so that's why I have 4 pans in this palette, and they are quite deep. It does say that each shadow is 1.1 gram, but these are huge. So I would guess that they are more 1.5 grams instead. Maybe nearly 2 grams, but yeah, these take so long to pan on, it's not even funny. But the colors are really good and pigmented, and the formula is just really nice on these reloaded palettes from Revolution. Then we're going into a Urban Decay Kick right here. For number 7 we have the good OG Naked palette. This is again just a neutral palette. I have finished up Virgin and Sin, and I have currently just one pan in Half Baked. Sidecar right here I have depowdered and put into my magnetic palette because it's my favorite shade in this whole palette. Urban Decay shadows are like, these are not too deep, but they are so hardly pressed that they take forever. Like, I have tried to pan on Naked and I have the smallest dip. Half Baked is my all-time favorite gold shadow. If I had to choose one, this one is my favorite. It's just bright and it's light and it's fun, but again, golds are not my type of color. I would rather wear Toasted right here or Sidecar. So yeah, this one again also needs to get some more love because it's getting old, and I do feel like the packaging is about to fall apart, but it's holding up for now, and that's good enough for me. Then still on Urban Decay we have the Born to Run palette. I have finished up the shade Weakener. All of the shades Stranded, Hellride, and Big Sky right here I have depowdered, but all of them have pan, and I'm trying to finish up Stranded in my 2021 project pan, and then of course I do have pan on Breakaway, Riff, and Wanderlust. All of them were in project pans. I really do love this palette. And yeah, the only shade I would not touch that much is Good as Gone, and Wanderlust is not doing it for me. It's not pigmented enough, so yeah, it's kind of sad because if you know me, I love my greens, and this is just not up to the pigmentation standard that I'm wanting from Urban Decay. So really good palette, good for travel. You have everything you need. With some shadows I could live without. Then we have an oldie but a goodie again, and it's from Urban Decay. It's the Gwen Stefani palette. I have some empty pans in here. I have a total of 6 empty pans and 2 eyeshadow with pans. Now I'm currently working on Anaheim, this shade right here. It's currently frankened in a bronzer, so it will be done by the end of the year, but the others are done. The shade Blackout I just didn't like, so I just crushed it up and tossed it. And I do have a dip in Punk and in Zone, because those have been in projects before, and as you know, these ones are really deep and takes forever to hit pan on, but I really do love this palette, and I wished that they would come out with it again, because I would definitely repurchase this one. It's just a stunning everyday light palette, and the packaging is just stunning. So Absolutely love it. I've been a big fan of Gwen Stefani since I was a little girl. Sorry. So I will never toss the packaging. This will be when we're moving, and hopefully I will have my own spot for my beauty and work stuff. This one will be in the background after I'm done with the shadows, of course. Then we're going to ColourPop. If you know me, I'm working on quite a good few shadows from this palette in my 21 in 2021, and I'm of course talking about the Give It To Me Straight palette. My goal was to hit pan or finish this one off in 2020. All of the ones with the pans inside are the ones I have finished up. The ones without the pans in it are the ones I'm currently working on. So I'm working on Frank. This one should be done in early November, I feel like. I'm working on Candid. I don't think that one will be done by the end of the year, unfortunately. And I'm working on TMI, which I should be working on with the rest of the purples and pinks I'm doing. I have some plans for this one for next year, but as of now I do have pan in Be Blunt and Forthright and a really good dip in Truth Hurts, as you can see, and actually and BS are not really touched that much. So yeah, this one is gonna be a palette that I'm hoping to be gone by the end of 2022. That is my goal, because if I finish up Frank and TMI, it will only have 6 shades left, which means half of the palette is done, and I don't see the point in keeping half a palette, especially when half of the shades left do have pan on them and or good use. So this is gonna be a good focus palette for 2022, together with the NYX Full Throttle. So I'm hoping to have these 2 palettes out of my collection. It won't give me much room in my collection, but they are needed out, because I don't have much left in any of them anyways. So there's that one. Then for my top 3, we do have some we have one in the luxe category, we have quite a good few in the high-end category, and then we have one in the kind of drugstore range. So in spot number 3 we do have the high-end, and if you have been following me for a while, you would know what is behind this or inside this palette. I'm of course talking about my Jeffree Star shadows. These are just half of the eyeshadows I do have pan in, and I'm currently, the 2 that was in these 2 spots are currently in my Franken bronzers, and hopefully both of them will be done by the end of the year, or at least one of them will be. And I do have plans for these 2 pinky corally shades for next year. So I'm slowly but steadily working my way through all of these. I do have my 50 shades of purple, where I'm trying to hit 50 pans from these palettes that I depotted. and I'm doing quite good on that one, but I still want to try to finish up some as well. So the Pinky Corals, it is for 2022, and yeah, I do not remember how many pans I currently have, but yeah, there's a lot of pans going on, and these are the ones I had before I started the 50 Shades of Purple project pan, so that's why I'm showing you this one instead of the Z palette that I have the shadows I have hit pan on in the 50 Shades of Purple project pan. There we go. So yeah, I do really love the formula of these shadows. Some of them will stain your lids, which it's the pinks and purples and this really funny gray shade. This one is the one that stains the lids the most, but it does have some purple and pink undertones to it, so I'm not shocked. And this is my favorite shade of all time. It's just beautiful. So yeah, this is in my spot number 3. For spot number 2, you would have seen this palette all year round if you have followed me since I started, or for the past few months. You would have seen this a lot, and I'm of course talking about the Natasha Denona bronze palette. This is in my Duty Pan, my battleship. I have used it over 200 times since we started the project back in December of 2020. I did not put in the last 3 shades because I do not want to spoil anything, but I do have pan in 12 out of the 15 shadows. And yeah, you might be thinking, like, if you're not big on golds and bronzes, why do you have this palette? That's a good question. I do like it. It's not that I do not like those type of shades, it's just that I don't feel like they fit my skin type. If the gold or bronze has the right undertone to it, like palladium right here, this is stunning. This is one of my favorite shadows in this palette. Then it looks good on me. But I do not love the really warm toned golds or bronzes like True Bronze, Alloy, and True Copper right here. They are too reddish or too orangey for my liking. I do wear them, as you can tell, and the formula of these are really good, but I do prefer Palladium, which is kind of more of a pinky one, less of a orangey one. You can definitely tell the difference. So yeah, and I did pick this one up together with the Glam palette and the Biba one, because I just wanted a good range of neutrals. So that's why I picked this one up, and this one will definitely get a break after 2021. In my number 1 spot, if you have followed me on Instagram for some time, you would know which palette I'm talking about, because this palette has been used and abused and loved to death, even more than the Natasha Denona palette, because I do have 17 pans in this palette and I have finished up what, 1, 2, 3 shades, which means I only have 15 shades left to hit pan on in this one. If you know the answer, leave it down below. I will give you a hint, it does have 35 shadows in it if you didn't add up the numbers I just gave you, and it's on the cheaper side. And I'm of course talking about the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. This one is my most used palette in my collection, I would say. I have had this in multiple projects over the years. I've used on it on the side. I have finished up 3 shadows, and I really do have some good pans in this palette. It's a good mix between neutrals, yellows, oranges, pinks, purples, greens, teals, darker shadows. It even does have a black in here, so this is just a good all-round palette to have. And I do have some plans for this one as well for 2022. So yeah, I'm really happy with the progress on this palette. I haven't touched it as much as I should have during 2021, but that will change in 2022. In this palette, my all-time favorite shadow is this one right here. It's called Pukey, and it's a Pukey brown. And then of course I do really love these 3 purples, pinks. So this one is Faint, this one is Sissy, and that one is Little Lady. Out of the 3, Little Lady is my favorite one. Then of course I really do love these greens and teals down here. So, oh, and Obsessed. No, Smoky but Natural, I mean. This one right here. This one, I had 3 shades of this exact one, and I have finished up 2 of them. That's my last one in my collection. I had the Makeup Geek Grandstand, which was really close to this one, and in the ColourPop Give It To Me Straight, we had the shade Straight Up, I would say, which was a really nice dupe for that one. So I'm really hoping to hit some more pans in this one and maybe finish up some shadows. That would be amazing. But there we have it, my top 10 most used palette. These are the top 3, and yeah, I'm not shocked that these are in my top 3, and I'm not shocked that I have a lot of Urban Decay and a lot of drugstore, or not a lot, but more on the drugstore side of things. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how this will change during 2022. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I will see you again in the next video. Bye!